See, I bought like a whole bunch of them to replace these things, but they never work. Okay friends, welcome back to the Subaru. So one of the saddest things is a saggy bumper, right? And I know there's like all types of things that you can do to make your bumper unsaggy, but you know, my car has been plagued with a saggy bumper since my previous bumper, you know, got kind of mangled, right? And it all has to do with these brackets here. I think if you've taken off your bumper, you'll know that there's these kind of like these tabs here that connect into the bracket thing here, right? And I've always found that these OEM brackets, they always have a little bit of play after you've taken them out one time. So they always have this sort of like play, right? And every time it gets pulled out a little bit, you know, your bumper might, you know, pop out a little bit and it just sags and it looks so bad, right? And it's exacerbated when you drive, you know, kind of fast and there's a lot of wind blowing on the front of the bumper, or if you hit something underneath and it, you know, props up the bumper a little bit, right? And it always pops out. So for the longest time I was always like, how do I fix this saggy thing? Yeah, I could buy new ones, and I bought new ones before, right? But they always just wear out. So I'm gonna try to fix this permanently, not by gluing it, but by modifying this bracket so that I can have a good solid connection here so that it doesn't move, because otherwise, you know, this plastic always is kind of wobbly, right? And that's what makes your bumper fall out. Luckily there's like a pin in the back here that holds the back side of the bumper here. But even when that's connected, this thing still does this, right? So we're gonna go and try to modify this. DIY coming up. So I've pulled off the bracket here, right? And you can see that on the back side, it's these just kind of like these pegs that that hold everything in. And when these things get kind of worn out, or the clip on the outside, you know, no longer clips, that's when you're gonna get that wobbliness, right? So we're gonna modify this by trying to, you know, squeeze that thing on there, right? Because otherwise it's just this expansion thing that you know, stick a little screw in and just hope that it expands and keeps everything in by friction. But instead of that, we're gonna fasten it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off this thing with a hacksaw. So I'm gonna, you know, slice it off like this. All right, so as you can see, I've just, you know, sliced off that nib there, and now it's flat. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna try to find some fasteners to kind of hold everything in place. And I've opted for some hardware that I've just had just lying around. It's gonna be a bolt, a nut, and a couple of washers. And you want the washers to be big enough to kind of, you know, fit around the back side of this thing here, right? So that it spreads the load out. Okay, so find some washers and hardware. Now, if you can't find any hardware, it's always good to have one of these little kits around. I bought this maybe like 8 years ago, and it's always had like little bits of like, you know, washers and nuts and bolts and things like that. So pick one up. You'll always use it if you work on your car, right? Like finding little nuts and bolts and washers and things like that. It's a nice little kit that you can just use as a mini toolbox if you find extra hardware, and then just, you know, use the stuff that's in here, because it's relatively inexpensive, guys, and you'll use it. So I found a washer about this size, and you can see when I put it behind here, it's gonna fill up the area behind it nicely, right? So that's gonna be a good one. Okay, so the next thing is to get that little hole here big enough for the screw. So I'm just going to use my drill here and then just like ream out, you know, that hole so that the screw will go in. All right, so You know, I got a washer here, and I reamed out the hole, and I can just, well, maybe I need to ream out the hole a little bit more. I could have also just used the larger drill bit, but okay, ideally this is what your end setup is going to look like. You see that big washer is going to go in the back, and it's going to go behind this tab here, and you're going to have this thing being supported in the front, and when you put it in, it's going to sandwich and like press this bracket right up against this metal tab here, right? So let's see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna put this thing in. All right, got my little screw there, and I'm gonna put this washer behind here, and I'm gonna put the bolt in behind and then tighten it up. Okay, so here's the most satisfying part, where you know, you just take your little screw and you like tighten it up. Obviously I'm going to tighten up the back too, and now it's nice and snug. So look at this, it's so tight that it actually flexes the metal when I do it. So this is going to guarantee that this thing's not going to get all wobbly and floppy when your bumper is like clipped in here. So dude, I'm like one of the cheapest people in the world, you know, and being able to do this without paying, like, I think this is a really good DIY hack. We're gonna see after if the bumper is gonna hold. I did it already on the other side, so let's see. Okay, so here's a little tip. When you put your bumper back on, if you ever have this grill, this bottom grill always pop out, it's because this frontal area of the bumper is easily deformed when like you press it and it just pops out the tabs here, right? So what I like to do is I like to put a piece of foam and wedge it between here and down here, right? And what that does is it keeps the bumper from deforming, and thus keeping those clips, you know, from warping and then popping out. So I found that this works really, really well. It's like, you know, any kind of packing foam that's kind of, you know, medium semi-dense really helps keep the bumper from deforming, and thus, you know, keeping that grill always locked in. Yeah, and these bumpers, they always just hang, right? So put in some clips, let it hang, and you know, then install accordingly. Right, so always install these little clips so that they hold on, and you can let the bumper kind of like hang, right? Okay, so, you know, not only is there these side brackets here, but there's also under the headlights, there's these kind of like, there's these brackets too, and that's where these clips, you know, are gonna pop into those little gaps there. And all right, friends, the moment of truth. Okay, we're gonna push this in and pop it in, right? And now, look at this. It's not moving, and if I put that clip into the back, this thing is not gonna move anymore. It's not gonna be wobbly because the underlying support is no longer wobbly. Amazing. We're gonna do it on this side too. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. And you can be a little bit rough here. You can just like kind of press everything in. I might need to redo this one in the front. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I found out that it's literally just these little clippy things that are just holding everything on. But you know, just set it on there, clip, clip, clip. And now, when you put this this clip in here, it will no longer move at all. So amazing. Now, would I suggest these generic, like, mass-produced things? No. These things are just super cheap, and they're like one-time use only. To pull them out, you got to cut them. But for the purposes of bumper reinstallation, I use them, and I'm going to use up that thing, and I'm going to buy OEM ones later on. But yeah, just put that little clip in, right? Look at this. Look at this. It doesn't even... Do you really need to buy, like, you know, other things? Or, you know, if you're a little bit handy, you can do this yourself. Look at that. Okay. back on. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on my fog light connections. Ugh! Luckily, I can stick my fingers in here without having to pull that whole thing off again and just reconnect that fog light. All right, the Subi is back together. Remember to put in any of the clips that you need underneath to keep all the bumper under stuff from flapping around on the highway. And if you have them, you know, put some of these clips back in. It helps just, you know, reinforce the front end from sagging. I mean, from falling down. Keeps it a little bit more stable, right? So I'm gonna find some clips for these, and I think we're done, guys. All this in a couple of minutes. So hopefully that little bracket fix will help you guys in the future. I think I'm not gonna have to look at that eyesore later. You know, after I drive, sometimes when that thing was all floppy, I'd notice, you know, those bumper things kind of popping off, right? So I think it's gonna be a good thing. So cheers. See, I bought like a whole bunch of them to replace these things, but they never work. It's not much, but she's mine. So I appreciate her. And I thank you all for joining me today on this little DIY. Till next time, friends.